I've been messing around a lot in the settings lately, controller settings, audio settings, visual settings, everything to make this game as best as it could possibly be. And I think I found the best settings for me to play this game. And I want to share these settings with you guys because they're actually really damn good. And you guys are probably going to like this a lot. So it's going to be controller. We're going to talk about audio. We're going to talk about some graphic things as well. But before we get into it, guys, if you could drop a like on this video, we're going to go for 101 likes on this one. That would be amazing. Sub to the channel if you guys have been around here with those notices from down. We're close to 700K. I want to hit that. That'd be absolutely amazing as well. And let me know down in the comments below, what sensitivity do you guys play on? I know this is like a huge topic. Everyone plays on something different, and I really want to know what you guys play on for that. So speaking of sensitivity, let's go talk about the controller settings first, because these right here is something I really want to talk about. So aiming input device, I'm on PC, so you get the option between controller and mouse. I'm sure if you're on console as well and you connect the mouse, you get that option too. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I play controller, so I play stick and move flipped. Now, the reason I play stick and move flipped is because, as you guys can see there, it switches your jumping button and your X button. So pretty much your right joystick, you're going to be jumping with that rather than pressing X. And I think that's actually something that's really nice. And drop shotting in this game is good and all, but I feel like jump shotting is way more advantageous, and I would really recommend playing on stick and move flipped for sure. Now, the reason I play on flipped is because it changes L2 and R2 to L1 and R1. So you don't aim down sights with the bottom triggers, you now aim down sights with the top ones, and I feel like it's a lot faster. It's easier, it's milliseconds quicker to shoot people, but in a game, I always say it, man, in a game where it takes milliseconds to kill someone, you definitely want everything to be in your favor. Now, that is not all we're gonna do for the actual flipping and stuff. We're going to go into some dead zones and stuff, and we're going to fix all that. And you guys might notice that there's some reasons why when you aim down sights and start shooting at people, you miss some bullets, and you'll see why. I'll get into that in just a second. We're going to just go one by one here until we get to that. Now, flip obviously on. Stick layout, I leave it to default. Controller vibration, I turn this off. And the reason I turn this off, and you could keep it on a little bit if you want, like if you want the intensity to be just a little bit, you could do that, but I keep it off in general because I feel like when you have the vibration on, your thumb is vibrating with your controller, which is messing up your accuracy just a little bit, but enough to help you guys miss a few shots. So definitely don't turn that on. It's gonna feel so weird when you guys turn this off, but trust me, keep it off and you're gonna be a lot better. Now, the horizontal and the vertical sensitivity and all that, the stick I leave at 8 and 8. So I want to know what you guys play on for this. I find 8 is a nice number. It enables me to turn around on enemies fast enough and not actually miss them as a target when I'm getting shot at or something. I find like it's the perfect sensitivity in my opinion. So let me know what you guys stick at for that one right there. Now, ADS sensitivity multiplier, I have it at 0.95. And I like it being a little bit lower than 1. I don't know why. I just don't want my sensitivity to be super high when I'm aiming down sights. If you're a cracked and you're playing all the way here, I don't know, man. I can't do that. I don't even want to forget that I just did that. I'm going to put it back to 95 right now. Even 90 I play on sometimes, but 95 is pretty solid. Now, the sensitivity multiplier, I don't think I really messed with this. I just left it all as is. I just really don't feel a need to actually change that. Vertical aim axis, all that, I mean, I have nothing, I didn't change, it's all standard. Aim down sight behavior is hold, sprint, tactical sprint, focus for change zoom, shared input. Yeah, it's pretty much everything's pretty basic here, so there's not much else to talk about right there except for apply all if you're playing Warzone. But in the advanced, this is what I want to talk to you guys about. So you got your target aim assist obviously on. You don't want to turn aim assist off if you're playing with a controller. It's so broken in this game that just having it on helps you guys so much. PC players stay mad. Sorry guys, but it's just get a controller, man. Yeah, I play on PC and I play with the controller just because of how broken it is, and I can't play keyboard mouse. I suck with that. But aim assist type Black Ops, I recommend either Black Ops or focusing. So Black Ops, I feel like it has the stickiest aim. Focusing is nice because if you do start missing a few shots, it automatically goes or tries to magnet back onto them. So it's pretty nice as well. So focusing is good, but I find Black Ops to be the best. Definitely run that. Now, gyro behavior off, gyro vector on, gyro sensitivity horizontal 1010, and then I have these off as well. Now, one thing that I want to talk about, and we're getting to it pretty fast here, is like I mentioned, for the triggers. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're almost at the dead zones, but here again, I have standard 1 instant off, and then input dead zones right here. This is what I like to mess with. So a lot of people don't even think of going into the input dead zones. A lot of people just ignore it, but it's something that's really important. So if you have this is automatically at 15. This one is at 15. This one is at 13. This one's at 13. And these are at 99 each respectively. But left stick minimum input, put it to 0.05 or lower. I wouldn't recommend too low. Right stick min input, put it to 0.05. When you have this up at 15, you got to kind of move your joystick a little bit more than normally to move your aim. So once you're aiming at an enemy, if you're not moving your joystick enough, if you're moving it just slightly millimeters and stuff, it's not going to activate and you're going to be missing a lot of shots. Whereas if you have it at 0.05, once you move that joystick just a little bit, it's going to move your aim with it. So a lot of people realize that in this game, their aim just feels off a little bit, and they don't realize that it's in the input dead zone. So definitely fix that right there. And then the triggers, I'm not sure if this goes to the top triggers or just the bottom ones, but I think as we put flipped, it actually does work. I put it down to 0.03. So pretty much the second you tap it, it starts shooting. That's really nice to have as well. But that's pretty much it for the controller. There's not much else to talk about. Let's go into the graphics now. So for the graphics, the display doesn't matter. That's just my display. But for the quality, I have it at basic, to be honest with you guys. You could put it to ultra extreme. I could definitely run it at ultra and extreme, but my frame rate's going to be a lot lower. So I put it to basic, and then I pretty much almost left it where it is. Render resolution, I either play anywhere from 1 to 120. I don't go any higher than that because it's just going to ruin your frame rates, and I don't recommend that. So definitely leave it at that as well. Fidelity, I can't even say that. Fidelity FX CAS. It might be different. I don't have a NVIDIA card, so I'm definitely, I can't run this one or anything. I don't have NVIDIA, but I do have this right here, which is pretty nice. Anti-aliasing SMA T2X, I should say. Anti-aliasing quality low. You don't need this that high. You're just gonna be, it's just a waste to put it to ultra. Low does pretty much the same thing. Extra resolution, honestly, guys, I leave it at very low. I know a lot of people want it higher and stuff like that, but just because this game is not optimized at the moment and you're gonna lose a lot of frames putting it there, I put it at very low just until they optimize this game better. After that, I'm going to put it to normal. I'll never put it to high. It's not worth it in my opinion, but putting it to very low is nice. Now, I could go, if you guys look at that bar all the way at the bottom, I could go to the max. And it still doesn't even reach that. I could go to high and it still doesn't even reach the max or anything, but I just feel like very low is pretty much it at the moment. The frame rate on PC is so bad at the moment. Texture filter, anisotropic, I can't say that word either, is normal. And then pretty much everything here, I just have low and as low as it could go, just because this game is not optimized properly. And that's what I would recommend you guys do as well. If you want more frames and stuff, which helps you more in gunfights, definitely put it low. And if you guys are watching the gameplay in the background, you don't have to worry about it. It still looks nice, it still looks solid, and it's pretty good as well. Now, if we scroll over to view here, I got my field of view at 115. I don't like 120 too much. ADS field of view, affected. I just feel like affected's nicer. Independent isn't that good. I don't like it too much. Affected doesn't really change your field of view all too often. So it looks better. Just trust me, guys, on that one. It looks a lot better. Weapon field of view, I have it on default. I don't want my weapon to look long and skinny, and you could definitely do that if you want. I just like it at default. Third person field of view, I don't play third person, but I have it to the max anyways. Vehicle field of view, I leave it at default. And then all these here, pretty much you guys can copy what I have there. So least 50, third person ADS, all that, whatever. You just leave it as is, and that is it for the settings. Now, the last one I want to get into is the actual audio settings, and this gets pretty important. So this is all we got to talk about right here, and maybe a little bit of microphone. So this one right here, the audio mix, I have it to headphone bass boost. So if you're wearing a headset or anything, play it on this. This is pretty nice. Bass boost is just better because it helps you hear footsteps a lot louder, and rather than just headphones, and it's a lot nicer. So trust me, run that for sure. And then after that, master volume, I have it set to 100, but music volume, I have it set to 34. I don't care about hearing music in game. I don't care about any of that. I want to hear footsteps. I want to hear all that kind of stuff. I want to hear gunshots. So when you first get into the game and the match just starts and stuff and there's some music going on, you don't want to hear that. Just put this down. Dialogue volume, I leave this one at 100. This is pretty much your teammates' characters talking to you. Not your teammates in their microphone or anything like that. It's the character they're playing in game. They're the ones who do some call outs sometimes. So it's nice to hear because sometimes they have some stuff that actually is decent to listen to. The effects volume, this I leave at 100 as well. This is like grenades going off, gunshots, footsteps, all that kind of stuff. Leave that up. Hit marker volume, I have it at 80. I do want to hear hit markers, but it's not the most important thing I want to hear when shooting. And the last thing quickly that I want to talk about here is if you're having trouble hearing your friends, if they're having trouble hearing you, and you guys are in actual game chats, make sure that you put your voice chat volume up to the max. And if they can't hear you that well, or if you're too loud, you could definitely change this. The lower you put it, the lower you sound to them. The higher you put it, the louder you sound to them. So definitely think about that if you're having trouble hearing people. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. We're going to go for 101. Sub to the channel if you're new around here with those notifications turned on. And let me know your preferred sensitivity down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!